Media has always been a vital part in the life of a Filipino. Whether it is in the form of newspaper, radio, or television, Filipinos usually get their information from the media, which is why it is a major instrument in persuading and keeping the public in line. In fact, the media's influence in the public has been massive and was used as the key for democracy. The media's influence on the masses has been used countless of times and is one of the reasons why the Philippines is enjoying the democracy it has now. Media's influence can be traced back to 1800s, the time where the Ilustrados used printed media to fight for democracy. First is the La Solidaridad. It was originally an organization created in Spain on December 13, 1888. Which was composed of Filipino liberals exiled in 1872 and students attending Europe's universities. The organization aimed to increase Spanish awareness of the needs of its colony. And by February 15, 1889, the first La Solidaridad newspaper was published, a fortnightly and a bi-weekly newspaper. Its first editor was Graciano Lopez Jaena, but he was soon succeeded by Marcelo H. del Pilar. La Solidaridad was a political propaganda newspaper with a liberal reformist orientation dedicated to the task of fighting reaction in all its forms. La Solidaridad was established to express the goal of the propaganda movement toward achieving assimilation with Spain. La Solidaridad served as the principal organ of the reform movement in Spain. La Solidaridad had 7 volumes and 160 issues. Another instrument used to fight for democracy is the Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo. Both novels were written by Jose Rizal, the Philippine national hero. It was said that Rizal had simultaneously labored with so much political anguish and personal grief while writing the most sensational novel in the face of Philippine history. Rizal, who was a medical practitioner, a Filipino nationalist, and a poet, had come up with a very critical and treacherous decision to expose the debilitating social conditions of the Philippines. After reading a book by Beecher Stowe, which bore the title Uncle Tom's Cabin, from his point of view, he had surmised that the book was able to integrate and describe the Filipino culture in a backward and slow-moving motion. Likewise, his beloved homeland was not leaned towards progress and development, but it had adopted the ideology of anti-intellectualism, and worst of all, it does not follow the pattern of what he did call as the Age of Enlightenment. On purpose, it had aimed to radically change the society through the cognitive mechanism of reasoning, rather than through the employment of faith, traditions, revelations, and the advancement of knowledge by means of scientific methods. On the other hand, it was totally against the intolerance and the abuses of both the church and the state. Even though the publication of La Solidaridad, Noli Me Tangere, and El Filibusterismo were all controlled and scarce, it reached the Filipinos and made them realize how important it is to fight for the freedom of the country against the Spaniards. The said publication all reached the local Ilustrados, who in most instances came to lead the revolutionary forces in their provinces. This publication sparked a revolution which leads to our democracy and freedom.
Created using Powtoon.